Hello and welcome to the StarGazer podcast.
I'm Korey.
Sid.
I'm Eli.
And I'm not a part of this episode.
Get out, bitch.
Ah,
Oh, the topics this week are fun.
Oh, yeah.
Let's start with COVID news. First off, worldwide over 2 million vaccines have been, I believe, distributed, not given. Like, not everyone's been vaccinated, but
I'm not sure. But
we're getting there.
yeah.
We're getting there.
It's better than
death
not.
Toll. The U.S. death toll because of COVID is at 500,000. That's
500,000.
Wow. If only it were a good thing, but it's not.
No, because the U.S. has to be number one in the worst possible thing ever.
They have to get the high score in the worst possible game.
Yep.
We've been doing that for a while now.
Yeah, pretty much.
We've been doing that since we became independent, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's see. World news.
Oh, yeah.
Tested.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna
positive
take the next one because I got no fucking earthly idea
7
about
people
that
have
one.
tested positive for the bird flu in human cases,
Yeah.
and that hasn't been tested positive in years. Also, if I remember correctly, I'll take this with a grain of salt because I'm not entirely sure.
Mm-hmm.
Someone has recently died of Ebola, which hasn't happened since, 2017?
I think that was
Yeah.
20. I don't even know. I honestly don't, so I'm not even gonna try to
In
speculate on that.
In more world news of music, Daft Punk has finally split up.
Retired, I think, is the word most people use, but
Those two robots have finally been shut down for the first time in 20 years.
damn, yeah.
I mean, we love Daft Punk. Daft Punk's awesome.
We all love
I had a
Daft
friend
Punk.
tell me the other day that they were surprised at how little, scandals and bullshit Daft Punk had, and I'm like, would you want those robots angry at you if you were a tabloid? Think about that. Would you?
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Beat boop at me?
God, say it again.
If you're
Say
a
it
Star
again.
Wars, if you're a Star Wars nerd, think about it. Do you want to be cursed out by R2-D2?
Only a little.
You are a simp.
I haven't seen Star Wars, so
God, we forget how sheltered Korey is in this house.
yeah, that's one way of phrasing it. Let's see what else. Spider-Man 3 announced.
No Way Home.
Yay.
I love how we go from, Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Have you guys seen the YouTube video where it announces that? Well, I don't know if it's YouTube, but it's on YouTube. But it's where that title is announced. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
Oh my
What was
God.
announced? I'm sorry.
The
The
title
new-
for the new Spider-Man
Spider-Man 3.
movie.
Yes, I have seen that.
Oh, it's so
Let's
good.
hope. All I can say is let's hope that, unlike the normal trilogy of Spider-Man, that the third movie is actually good.
Yeah.
Because the original trilogy sucked.
I feel like we talked about that a little bit last week, but I can't remember.
We did, because I don't like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, and again, I'll say it. I haven't seen all of the original Spider-Man movies, so
Tobey
I'm just-
Maguire has a very special place in my 2005 heart.
The thing is Tobey Maguire has a very special place in a lot of people's hearts who actually like Spider-Man and actually watched the movies when they were kids.
Mhm.
Yes.
My brothers didn't like Spider-Man. I didn't watch the movies as a kid. I only saw them when I was a teenager, and I hated them.
Understandable.
Because at that point, I had a best friend who absolutely loved Spider-Man, so I had to read the comics. So I read the comics, and then I got shown the movies, and I said, I hate this.
Understandable, yeah. I'm actually really excited for the Spider-Man movie because I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, no, Tom
really
Holland
do.
is a great Spider-Man. He has
I
a great
really
Spider-Man.
like that. So I'm super
I also love the
excited
fact
for
that they don't tell Tom Holland anything anymore.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. You have to watch the clip on YouTube where the title's announced because it plays into that where they don't tell him anything. It plays into that, and if you haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's not long, but it talks about it's like Tom Holland coming out of an office And he's like, they gave another fake name. I don't understand why they don't tell me anything. Like, when have I ever spoiled anything? And then it's funny. Just watch it.
Mm-hmm. Why don't I ever get told anything anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. You had a box that said confidential on it and opened it on camera.
Hoop.
Come on.
Do we wanna...
we love Tom Holland. We love Tom
We
Holland.
do.
He's great.
Do we want to move on to the next part of world news?
I don't want to, but we have to.
Yeah, the U.S. did an airstrike on Syria a couple days ago.
Because it's the U.S. What else would we do?
Yeah, I've been reading about it quite a bit. I have complicated feelings on it because of how the news has presented it. They,
Go for it.
Okay.
You're the one that's done the research and read up on it.
So basically, the U.S. bombed facilities in Syria that were near the Iraqi border because they were Iranian-backed militia groups or something like that. And basically, the U.S. attacked as retaliation for some violence that has gone against U.S. troops or something like that in relation to that. So it's retaliation. But the thing is, a lot of the news sources are saying that first off, Congress didn't know about it. Some have said that. I don't know if that's true or not, but Congress didn't know, which is basically placing blame on Biden completely. They've said...
If Congress didn't know and the president didn't know who ordered...
They said that the president...
So they're trying to say that Biden did it without the Senate's approval.
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what's really going on. But the whole thing is, people are kind of avoiding the topic. People are avoiding it.
That's nothing new.
2 different news sources that I looked at today said only a handful of people died, where another source said at least 22 people have been confirmed dead in those attacks. So that's kind of... A lot of groups have condemned the U.S. attacks there, and it could become more dramatic, but for now we just have to sit and see how it goes. Which kind of pisses me
I'm always going to state this. This is the mentality the U.S. always has, which is if it's not happening here, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't matter. And I'm like, can you guys stop turning a blind eye to the rest of the world? And here's a better thing. How about the U.S. stops involving ourselves in the wars of other countries?
Exactly. And that kind of shit really angers me if I think about it for too long, because it's just dumb. It's just dumb. I don't have anything else to say on that, really. So
Eli, are you and I about to go off on the incompetence of the frickin' U.S. government?
No, I wanted to stay out of that one because that's like the one thing that I've least read about.
Yeah. All right.
Well, it doesn't have to, like, when it comes to the bombing itself, we don't have to talk about that. But it's the entire just the incompetence of the U.S. government.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we could go on about that for God knows how long. That's the only reason I also don't want to get into it, is because we could go on and about that for at least an hour.
Oh, yeah. We definitely could. Let's go away from the topic of U.S. government, because that is a topic that is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Who wants to start with internet news?
Okay.
I will.
I want to start with the Markiplier one, because this is fucking funny.
You
Okay.
get that one. I'll take the second one.
Okay, cool. So, as we all know, Markiplier has been planning a heist, his second one. He went over budget. I don't think he meant to. I think he's just got too many ideas and decided we're just going to do all of them, and then realized, I don't have enough money. Well, too late.
Pretty much 100% what has happened.
What was the budget for that? Does anyone know?
No, we
No?
don't have an exact budget. We just know that he was.
We just know that he stated that he fucked up.
Because I'm just curious what the original budget was and how much he went over by.
He doesn't tell. He never fully tells his fans like a set number or anything. He informs them if he does a fuck up and go, oops.
Yeah. I'm so curious. That's something I'd love to know, but oh well.
Is this the part where I talk about the second bit?
Go
Yeah,
for it.
yes.
We love to
We finally
laugh.
got Gen 4 remakes. I've been waiting for Gen 4 remakes for multiple years now, and I am perfectly content with how it looked. Didn't need to be better.
I'm going to actually pull it up
surprisingly not
because I
worse.
haven't seen Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl yet. Let me pull this up.
Let me preface with the character models. They remind me of a certain doll type. There was like a thing that you could put on your computer back in like 2006, and they specifically look like that. That's what every character model looks like. But it is faithful, and that's all I care about. A lot of people are like, oh, the graphics are dog shit. I don't fucking care. Give me animal.
It's Pokemon, since one of the graphics good.
Oh, like, oh god, I'm sorry. Do you want to see every hair and speck on Pikachu? We saw that in the movie, and you said no. So we're not going to go back to that route. I've been happy for a
let's be
faithful
honest.
remake.
Detective Pikachu made all of us realize that if Pokemon were to exist, they're not the cuddly creatures we would like them to be. They're terrifying.
I
Well,
actually
no, a lot
haven't
of
seen
them-
it yet, though. I haven't
A lot of
seen
them
it,
are okay.
and now I want to know.
I've only seen the trailer.
A lot of them are okay.
Oh,
but
they look
Mr.
like- it
Mime
looks
has
like little Polly
dodgeball
Pockets.
shoulders.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
What?
All the character specs look like little Polly Pockets.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have to look at that now.
But beyond, there's also, I know it's not in there because it was all kind of at the same time. Along with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which is coming late 2021, they announced Pokemon Legends Arceus, which is going to be early 2022, which is like a prehistoric sort of Sinnoh region, like ancient Japan.
So,
Which
Edo,
everybody is freaking out about. Yeah.
Nate?
Because it's supposed to be more weirdly Breath of the Wild-ish. It looks like it's gonna work. That's all I can say. Is that it has a place it's going, and it knows where its end goal is. And then we have the new Pokemon Snap, which
Because I can,
I'm
I'm going.
Pearl.
Because I can, and because I can, and because I have to, and I don't, because I never remember which legendaries go to which games. What legendary goes to Diamond and Pearl again?
Diamond is Dialga, Pearl is Palkia, Platinum got Giratina. There's also Darkrai, Manaphy, Fion, Shaman, Arceus, Heatran, Cresselia. There's the Sky form of Shaman. I feel like Mesprit, Azelf, and Uxie are the three lake spirits. And I don't think I'm missing it.
If he knows.
Sorry, I know most Pokemon off of the back of my head.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I know too much about. Okay, so it's Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina.
Yeah.
Are the three legendaries?
And Regigigas. Regigigas came out in Gen 4.
Regigigas came out in Gen 4.
Regigigas. But the new Pokemon Snap comes out April 30th, 2021.
I'm guessing they're keeping the starters of the original Diamond and Pearl.
For Diamond and
game.
Pearl, yes. But for Pokemon Legends Arceus, they actually, your starter picks are Cyndaquil, Rowlet, and Oshawott.
Huh.
No, you can't do that.
That's what everybody else on Twitter is saying.
Those are some of my favorite starters in their own games.
I know that I'm getting Rowlet 100%.
I own a Rowlet plushie. I should get Rowlet, but I also own an Oshawott. Damn it.
You know, it's going to be great for people that are trying to fill out their Pokemon Home stuff, because that gives us all of Gen 4, which is, I think, currently barely existent in Sword and Shield.
I will definitely say this, and this just because this is true. I know so many people that say, oh, I only do, like, those Pokemon, like, how do I put them? the quote-unquote Pokemon elite gamers, as I put air quotes because they piss me off, that say, oh, you need to pick a specific starter because there's only so many of this type of Pokemon in this world, in this game. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's a starter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't claim to know much about Pokemon. The only Pokemon game I've played so far is Pokemon Shield. I really liked that. I want to get into the other games. I just haven't yet.
Yeah. Well, the older games, I will admit, is especially if you're not playing like the remakes, if you're playing the actual older games, some of the gameplay's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But it was because they're still trying to figure out the mechanics of everything.
That's understandable.
But for like Diamond and Pearls with like Platinum too, I remember specifically someone saying to get Chimchar because there aren't that many fire types in the Sinnoh region.
That I heard a lot of.
And yeah, that's true, but also you don't necessarily always need a fire type even when you're battling gyms.
That's
I'll be completely honest.
So I looked up which Pokemon are missing by generation per game, and it turns out that actually Gen 3 is missing the most Pokemon from from Sword and Shield. Yeah, because a lot of stuff got added through the DLCs that came out, which would be Isle of Armor and Crown Tundra, which both are incredibly fun. Actually, a lot of people were really pissed because they're like, why would you release things for an unfinished game? It's like, it is finished, shitlord. I'm sorry, I would rather pay less than $60 for 2 DLCs rather than pay $60 for a third game to come out.
Yep.
Here's the question: living in the area where... Good.
Because this is something that me and my brothers have noticed when we've always played Pokemon games. Even if you don't do the whole, oh, you need this, like, again, I'm using Chimchar as an example with 4. If you don't pick the one that you need because there's not that many of that type of Pokemon, what starter do you always wind up picking? Because I actually don't pick fire types most of the time.
I will not lie to you, I 100% used to go off on how they looked. And also, I changed my personality and choices changed a lot, but like Gen 6, like before Gen 5 and Gen 6, my brain was like, change. So for a lot of the time, I went with the fire types no matter what. Just because that was like, brain go burr, that's what I want. So I was the Charmander. I was the Charmander Centiquil kid.
See, actually, Gen 6 was the first time I picked a fire type, and that's because I picked Fennekin. Because it's a fox.
That was one of the first times I picked water because I liked Froakie a lot.
I will be completely honest. Most of the time when I was younger, I did the same thing where I picked it based off how they looked.
Yeah.
But due to that, I always picked a water or a grass type.
But also with like Gen 7, I picked my first grass. And so when I go back now, I pick different things.
Yeah, like when you replay it, you pick the others. But like on the first playthrough, mine has always either been, what is it, like, mine's always been water or grass.
You see,
which I find funny.
You see, when I played Shield, I picked the water one, so I picked Sobble because I thought it looked funny, and I was like, hell yeah, it looks funny, let's go. But then it ended up, I really liked Sobble, so...
I picked Sobble because, 1, the monkey scared me, and 2,
yeah.
I don't fucking like soccer, so I'm gonna pick the sad lizard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I think my other favorite thing is that every single meme that came out of getting the starters released...
I'm gonna say this, why does Grookey scare you? He looks so cute!
He looks so angry.
Okay.
Oh, you mean when he evolves? Do you mean when he evolves?
No, because I like Rillaboom and Thwacky. It's just Grookey. I absolutely
He looks adorable. I'm confused. He doesn't look mad. He looks happy.
Eli's just scared. It's fine.
I'm allowed to be scared.
You are allowed.
Well, I'm allowed to be confused.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
But here's my thing. Can we all at least agree that Ash, when it comes to like the animated Pokemon series, Ash is a terrible trainer?
Oh, he's ass.
Well,
He's the worst trainer.
I haven't seen it. I need to, but I've heard things, so I can agree.
Because he's terrible. He is fucking terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, should we continue the Pokemon rant, or should we read
We
some more
can get back to
things?
Pokemon later. I don't want us
Cool,
to. I want to
yeah.
make sure that we get through everything first.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
we're going
we
pretty quick
can go on the
through things.
Pokemon rant.
Yeah. Alright.
Trust me, we can go on the Pokemon rant.
Who wants to talk about the last thing in internet news? Because I know nothing about it.
So I will, because I've actually been rewatching Game Theory lately.
Cool.
MatPat has released yet another FNAF theory. I did not think another Five Nights at Freddy's theory was needed. But we are now at 46.
That is very many.
How is he like?
I don't see the need for that many. Like, you know.
What is? At this point, Scott Cawthon and MatPat are working together just to make MatPat go insane.
I have no clue.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
Oh, come on!
I want to. Yes, we can't talk about that yet. I want to get through everything because there's still company news that you guys got to talk about.
I can talk about the company news pretty quickly, but like, yeah, there's another FNAF theory again, and I have to actually rewatch all of the FNAF theories because I don't know where I stopped. This will be great. But as Eli was saying in company news, which I will talk about because the other two aren't really, they're guests on the show. They're not. Monty and I do the company. But okay, so we've talked about in earlier podcasts and everything how Monty and I for this year were planning on releasing an album. But we've both kind of come to the conclusion of we don't have the equipment to record it and make it sound good. So we're actually going to push the album back. We're not writing it off or dropping it completely. We're just going to be working at it much slower than we originally were because we want these to sound good. But we might at the end of the year have one song done to release, but no promises on that. Other than that, though, we are going to, so we can get used to the whole recording and everything of songs, we are going to do covers that we're going to be releasing on YouTube. Monty and I will send out a tweet or something when we have the set dates of when everything's being released. But other than that, there's nothing really much else going on with the company other than we still have projects that we're working on that we're not going to talk about until everything gets more fleshed out. But yeah. Let's continue. So, Eli, with what you just sent me, screaming.
Yeah, have you watched it yet?
I didn't watch it, no, but I just saw that and I'm mad now, thanks.
So, I will introduce this bit.
Go for it.
So there has dropped a new Security Breach trailer as of 2 days ago. Which is going to be the new FNAF game. But the thing is that it is finally what everyone, and I mean most people, have been just begging for, which is a free roam type of FNAF game. And I think it could not have possibly been better executed than the way that it currently is. Because just holy shit, this is a AAA game. We went from an indie game to a AAA title. And it shows, and it's so perfect. Like, watching how smooth everything is terrifying. The voice acting in it is gonna be great, as it always has been for the past, 3 games. But the motion of characters in this is insane. I like how Sid's muted. Just to watch it. But cool. the pure amount of just work that is being put into this game is so incredible.
Mhm.
Because from my perspective standpoint, if you look at the timeline of when these games came out, you are looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like it was like, oh cool, FNAF 1. Cool, can we have a second one? Yeah, sure. Hey, can we have a 3? Yeah. Well, what if we want it better? All right, I'll give you 4. What if you added more? All right, give me a second and I'll get 5.
Mhm.
It was like, most please. And now they're at a AAA state.
Wow.
Everything with steel wool is
So
because it's a lot of steel wool behind this that is so
yeah.
fascinating.
Real quick, how many games are there?
Let's see. Let me type it out. There's just 1, 2, 4. There is Sister Location, Pizzeria Simulator, World, Security Breach is this one. Help Wanted was the next one. And there is also the AR game that doesn't have like an exact placement. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9 games excluding Security Breach. So this is gonna be the 10th game.
That's a lot.
Yeah, what'd you think?
First off, I'm excited. Secondly, it's a different premise, of course, but I feel like the gameplay is going to be similar to Outlast, where instead of fighting, you have to hide.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one other thing that Scott was pissed about was Funko dropping all of the merchandise for it way early, and I mean way early.
Also, of course, we have a new bunny animatronic. It's not a new fucking FNAF game without a new bunny animatronic.
That is not an animatronic. That is a woman.
The bunny? The new bunny?
Yes.
It's fucking animatronic.
It is woman.
That's...
I need you to watch the videos and catch up on your FNAF lore, because that is a full woman in that suit.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, so it's another, like, Springtrap?
Yeah. Except there's no gears in it. It's just like a Chuck E. Cheese boy. He's just a little cheese man.
I was going to... I had a stroke there for a second. I'm sorry. I was going to compare it to Chuck E. Cheese rat suit.
I don't know if you saw the very last frame of the trailer. But I'm really curious as to what it is exactly implying.
I don't know. I heard baby, and I thought she was dead.
Well, I'm seeing nightmarish, Twisted Ones type of shit there.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I saw those claw hands that exist from the Nightmare animatronics. Trust me, I know.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Matt Pat.
I hate the comments. I hate the comments for this video. Jesus Christ.
I feel like Matt Pat.
Is there anything beyond I feel like Matt Pat?
Yeah, sure. You want to know why I say I feel like Matt Pat? Because I feel like I need to be in the closet dissecting this game like he is.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. I just thought that was the end of it. I thought that you just were going to say that and nothing else.
Sorry, one of my tabs spoke to me for a minute.
Oh, boy.
I really want to figure out which one it was, because I did not like that. Wow, that I almost pissed my pants. One of my tabs just and I almost pissed.
All I can say is, as much as I love that this is going to drive Matt Pat insane, you want to know what I'm more excited about now that we have a new FNAF game?
What?
The king of Five Nights at Freddy's has to come back.
I'm so excited because I can actually play this game.
I'm so excited to see Markiplier play it again.
Well, for me, my thing is because this is a PlayStation partnership as well,
Yep.
by the way. So
I saw that.
that's why I'm so intrigued and interested, is just because we went from not even fully the pizzeria simulator to Ultimate Custom Night, which was like, oh cool, we wrapped things up. And then he was like, hey, what if I just made other shit for you guys? And it's just like, oh.
Like, I'll be honest, I don't think Scott Cawthon was ever expecting this series to
he made
blow
games
up.
about Jesus. Of course he wasn't expecting this.
You know,
everyone
that's
forgets
fair.
that he was like, you want to play Jesus?
That's the weirdest.
Yeah.
That's probably the weirdest thing I've heard someone say today. Ha ha ha, you want to play Jesus? I mean, yeah. But...
Yeah. I will say this, though. The only thing I have to say about this that might be potentially be bad about this game coming out is this is going to bring the fandom back to life. And do we all remember the FNAF fandom and how
I think
terrifying it was?
If you want my honest opinion, I think that the fandom has grown significantly in maturity. And there's one reason I say that.
It better have, because I'm terrified.
We're all like 5 years older, and we were all 12. We were
fair.
all awful children.
Because I don't need any more FNAF porn.
Now we are all full-grown adults with trauma.
With trauma that all relate to freaking animatronic robots.
Now there are actual relatable characters.
Wow.
Maybe relatable. They at least have human, real people emotions. And not beep boop.
Beep, beep.
Okay. But Foxy has and always will be one of my favorite animatronics.
Everyone's gonna want to fuck the wolf. I want you to be fully aware that everyone's gonna want to fuck the wolf.
Yes, everyone's gonna want to fuck the wolf.
No one
They made her goth and they gave her piercings. Everyone's gonna fuck the wolf.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's another Luna from Has-Been.
That's what I was about to say.
And they're gonna call you out the same way.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna cosplay Luna. I will fight you, you bitch.
Oh, that'd actually be pretty cool.
That'd be cute.
Cool.
But yeah, no, we've already talked. Me and Monty have talked about our cosplays for Has-Been and Hell of a Boss. Nice. For Hell of a Boss, I get to be Luna. I claimed her. I love her. As for Has-Been, I'm Cherry Bomb.
Because we are on the topic of games, and this one is starting to make its rounds, just because we're coming closer to its release date, so like trailers and images are popping up. If anyone has played Dishonored in any way, shape, or form, they are coming out with a new game called Deathloop, which has just the best premise, because it's essentially you got the Dishonored formula of like that really nice first person with the supernatural powers plus more gun. But you essentially, I guess, you keep playing through the same experience, and you are constantly being hunted at the same time. So there's one other person who experiences the death loop with you at all times. I'm trying to think of other games that are on like the upcoming rise that aren't just Nintendo Direct titles like Mario Golf.
Yeah, that's fair. Here's the thing.
Oops, I typed in upcoming gamies.
Oh boy. Upcoming gamies. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh. I don't know. I don't know
God,
that much about games and stuff, and I want to get into it more. I'm just if I go quiet, I'm just like, huh.
Again, Monty and I keep reiterating, you are very sheltered.
Korey, I would love...
or hidden.
We're going with sheltered to be nice.
Yeah, sheltered's the nice term for that, isn't it?
So, one, I would love to see Korey play Dead by Daylight, and that's just because
that's something I really want to try.
For Dead by Daylight right now.
It's something
you know what I would love to see Korey play?
What?
Either Fanbo or Sally Face.
I thought you were trying to say fanboy, and we were about to have real problems. I was gonna find where you are.
Fanbro. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yes, I know you're talking about Franbo.
Thank you.
But I thought you meant fucking like fanboy and chum chum, and we were about to have a real issue.
No!
I hate that visual design with a burning passion.
Huh.
No. I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about the creepy horror game.
Yeah.
Along with Sally Face, because I need them to play Sally Face.
I don't
So-
know what that is. That's the thing.
So-
like, you're saying words, and I'm just like, aha, aha.
So Fanbo and Sally Face are PC games.
Okay.
They're also indie games
Cool.
that are put into chapter formats.
Yeah.
And they're basically puzzle games, but they're horror games.
That sounds neat.
have to yawn.
Go for it, my guy. Yawn to
Oh,
your
fuck.
heart's content.
So,
Just-
And I will admit, I absolutely loved Sally Face when it was coming out.
Korey, if you
I
can
love
tell Big McBoy if that while he's playing No Man's Sky, you can play Dead by Daylight. We'll play Dead by Daylight together.
What
I
a
will teach you the
coincidence. Want to
I
guess
will
what
teach you
he's
the
doing?
ins and ins out. I couldn't imagine that he's in space right now.
he flipped us off.
Yeah, hey, I am not saying that he shouldn't be having fun in space.
He is having fun in space, so that's a good thing.
Oh, look, he's Sandra Bullock.
So I looked up upcoming games or upcoming gamies as I still have that typed in.
Gamey.
There's one that I'm interested in that doesn't have I'm very interested in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot it was Square Enix, and anything from Square Enix is immediately gonna have my
Yeah.
absolute heart.
You
Called
love Square
Balan
Enix.
Wonderland, and I got there's no earthly fucking idea what it's about, so I'm not even gonna bring that up. There's It Takes Two, which is personified playable divorce.
Okay.
No, so It Takes Two is kind of along the same lines as Unraveled, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But it's a couple that's currently going through like marriage counseling, I guess.
God.
But
Okay.
they get taken to this realm, and the dude behind the realm is like, "You guys either have to make it or break it, and until you find out which one, you're gonna do my puzzles." Which is fine by fucking me because it's a fun ass
just-
concept.
Let's just
Yeah,
call
that
him the
actually sounds
puzzle
really
man.
fun. I will say this. I don't know if they're ever going to do this. This is a theory that I want to become true. Again, I've been watching game theory a lot lately because I decided all of a sudden to rewatch MatPat. But if Team Salvato, who created Doki Doki Literature Club, could fucking release Project Libitina, I would be very happy.
Oh, actually, I don't think you directly reminded me, but I was reminded recently that yesterday was the 5-year anniversary of Stardew Valley,
Cool.
which is great. I mean, if you haven't played Stardew Valley, I mean, there's a bunch of updates. Go play it. We're also going to get Resident Evil Village. Just a quick reminder that you need to prepare
Nice.
for the tall vampire lady.
Tall Vampire Lady.
God, that's a
we
game
are
I
gonna
really
get-
want to play.
We're
You
gonna
need to play the
get
first. Sadly, with Resident Evil, sadly, you need to play the other games first before you play Tall Vampire Lady.
Yeah, that's fair, but I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here's
Here's the thing.
if you're gonna play, I think it would be different if you were gonna play 6. If you're gonna play 6, you should probably play at least 5 or 4. If you're playing Village, you should at least play Biohazard first.
Which one is
'Cause you play as the
Biohazard?
same dude. That's 7. If
Okay,
you're gonna play 8, at least play 7. But if
Yeah,
you're gonna play
here's the
anything
thing,
before
here's the
then,
thing.
you have a thing to go through.
I watched a whole ass playthrough of 7, and because I was bored one day, and then I just watched a playthrough of it. It was cool as heck. I really want to play that one, but yeah.
You know what we need to do? I know you did this with Monty the other day, but the the 4 of us need to play Diablo together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because I need you guys to see the mess that I create as a witch doctor.
You know what? Yeah.
I want to work on my Demon Hunter some more.
Here's the thing.
Witch doctor.
Here's the thing. I restarted Diablo a couple nights ago after because it had been like a week and a half since I'd played and finished the game, and I was like, I want to try as a different character. And so I started that, got a little frustrated, restarted again, and then Eli played with me a little bit, so that was cool. That was cool. But there's just, I really like that game. I really like that game.
So
I miss gaming so much, but like I have like barely any time too with like classes and everything in
That's
college.
fair.
And lacrosse. Let's not talk about lacrosse practice. I'm sore as shit.
This is
there
why I
are-
don't do sports.
there are 3 other titles that I wanted to bring up before one of these big boys.
Go for it.
We're getting the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, which I didn't play the first one. I've been trying. I haven't tried. I haven't touched it. I've had it borrowed for a while now, and I need to give it back to the person I borrowed it from. We're getting Hitman 3, which I like the Hitman games, but they're not games that I would personally play.
Hitman games are if you like shooters. That's how I put it.
If you like being quiet, that is your game. We are getting Far Cry 6, which I'm excited about just because I like Far Cry plots. But most excited for me is we're getting Mass Effect the Legendary Edition, so like 1 through 3. And I only had barely played 3 when I was like 15.
Like the Mass Effect series, though, from what I understand, because I never played them.
Yeah,
3 was a disappointment. My mic just fell.
Oh yeah.
Sorry
I
if you
can
could
tell.
hear that.
3 wasn't bad, but I mean, if you were the dude who played Mass Effect when it first came out, it probably was ass to you. Andromeda, which was the 4th one, that one was flaming hot garbage.
I don't know if you guys heard that. A bunch of noise. The dogs are upstairs being loud.
No, we didn't hear that. I'm sorry if you guys heard my mic fall.
It's
No,
okay.
you're good. Sorry, it's released.
What?
I need to buy this game now.
Oh no.
There was a game that was teased back in December
Yeah.
that I've been wanting since I witnessed the game.
Well, what
It is called Werewolf the Apocalypse Earthblood.
That's a
It's
long, complicated
Fucking
title.
crazy.
It sounds it from the title. Sounds like a
So-
Fall Out Boy song.
It does. But the thing is that you can play as the person, because the dude is a werewolf, the main dude that you play as.
Okay.
You can play as the person, the wolf, or the werewolf. And it makes for like it's kind of Last of Us style. It's an action role playing. But you can use like being the dog to find stuff out. And it's so cool. And I've been wanting to play it. And I haven't seen anything about it. Halo Infinite is also supposed to come out this year. Destruction All-Stars, I think, already came out. We can ponder Monty with Everspace 2. And then we get a Harry Potter game next year, which I'm not
entirely excited
stoked for.
Yeah.
Because most of the Harry Potter games, I'll be honest, are shit.
I haven't played the Harry Potter games. I don't really care for Harry Potter that much.
Until we see something that isn't just like the picture, I'm not going to be convinced.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. With Harry Potter, I read the first book, saw the first 2 movies, and that's it. I just don't care that much.
Yeah. Harry Potter, weirdly enough, is weird because, like, I like Harry Potter, do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
I am a Potterhead.
Mhm.
I know what house I belong to and all of that mess.
I took those
But-
tests a couple times, but...
I'm a Ravenclaw, so meh. But literally, my thing with Harry Potter is it's more. Even as a Potterhead, I don't get involved with like the fandom
Understandable.
because I don't care to.
Yeah. Some of my...
That's how I see. Because like I've literally had arguments with people in the fandom before because I will admit, I will be the first one to admit Severus Snape was not a good person.
Yeah.
I will be the first one to admit that. But I will also in the same breath say he was a better character than James Potter.
Yeah,
And
I
that
get
starts a
that.
lot of arguments.
Let's see. What was I saying?
I don't know how you feel about that argument, Eli, but that's just how I am.
Eli's just absent now.
Sorry, I let you guys talk about Harry Potter
Oh,
for a fat minute.
You're good.
I kind of spaced out. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, you're
I,
fine.
I honestly don't care. That's just how I am as a person. Is just like everyone has their characters and everything. Like, held me and my friend the other day because of some TikTok. Me and my best friends were on the phone together, and the TikTok question: if your first anime crush, was a real life person, would you date them?
No.
And the three of us paused and sat there and actually thought about it.
You know, yeah. Here's the thing. Let me just let
be
you
honest.
know what it was like when I started watching anime. The
Mhm.
first anime I watched was Ouran High School Host Club. The second anime I watched was Attack on Titan.
It's an interesting gateway anime.
Yeah. So
But like for us, like we watched anime pretty young.
yeah.
So like our first crushes, we just kind of looked back on and went, oh.
That's fair. I started watching anime when I was in 8th grade because, again, sheltered is the nicest way of putting it. So.
Like, for me, it wasn't, like, when I thought about it, I had to sit there and go, wait a minute, who did I actually have a crush on? And then I went, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Because, no, my brain was trying to connect the fact, because I've been watching anime since I was, like, 2 or 3. So
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching it most of my life.
What was the first one you can remember watching?
Like 5 all within the same time.
Mm.
So, in order, oh god, no.
Sorry, for context, I'm also currently trying to look up stuff to talk about through Twitter.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. He's looking up stuff to talk about through Twitter, and I'm about to yeet something.
Okay.
Yeah, I found politics.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, he found politics. He found fucking politics.
Yikes.
Screaming.
Screaming. Nice. Nice.
If I were to go based off the first animes I watched when I was really young,
Yeah.
Bleach had just started airing, and I was watching that with my dad. I had also watched Hellsing, Ghost in the Shell, Trigun, and Akira. Mind you, those are all when I was like 2 and 3.
Yeah.
But I
young.
also, like, unlike the Disney movies that everybody else grew up with in the States, I watched Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
So
feel like
whenever
Studio. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I feel like Studio Ghibli is a lot more common than a lot of people think.
Well, okay, first off, I was raised in Germany.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the Disney movies that everybody else did. Also, the fact that my mom read me the original Hans Christian Andersen tales when I was a kid and Brothers Grimm ones, that when I watched the Disney movies, I was mad because they were too kiddie.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair if you grew up on one thing and then see something different, but yeah.
But it was also like, and I will freely admit this, and I don't care. I watched Barbie movies growing up because
yeah.
I really liked them. You want to know why? Because Barbie was never really a damsel in distress.
That's fair, yeah. A lot of times in the Barbie movies, she was the, like, hero or whatever. I watched some of those with my younger sister a lot.
Right, they were, as much as people like to rag on them, they were actually really good movies.
They were pretty
I was about to
okay,
say, this is probably not where I should talk because I will take a fat shit on most Barbie movies.
Here's my thing. If you look at them as an adult watching them, it's like, yeah, no, what the fuck is the storyline?
Yeah.
But if you watch them as a kid, here's a girl doing things that we're kind of told, especially back then, girls aren't allowed to do. Girls have to be protected. They're damsels. And my favorite, especially when I was a kid, was Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. And yeah, there was a guy in the storyline, but he didn't really do much.
And that's the thing. In a lot of those storylines with those movies, the guys were portrayed as the helpless ones, and it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I think my big thing when it comes to like the Barbie movies and stuff like that is I never got to actually see Barbie movies. I only saw the TV show, and the TV show had the same mentality as my mother, so I didn't like it too much.
Yeah.
Dude, I just want to show
Eli,
you some
I'm
of the
gonna tell you
Barbie
this right
movies.
now. I would love to show you just a couple Barbie movies.
That's what I was just saying, yeah.
Not because I want to try and change your perspective, just so you can see what we saw growing up and how for us it was like, yes.
Yeah, I will warn you that there are some things that like old cheesy kid stuff that I like my brain just does not process in good ways.
Well, here's my thing. When most people talk Barbie movies, the first thing they think of is like Princess Charm School or the newer ones.
Yeah, no.
And mind you, Princess Charm School is my best friend's favorite, but that's because she absolutely loves the outfits.
You know, that's fair. That's fair.
But like everyone forgets that the original Barbie movies, like the first ones to come out, are ballets.
Yeah. Also,
the first Barbie movie was The Nutcracker.
Yeah, here's the thing though. The graphics in those are kinda hard to look at now.
They're not the greatest.
They're hard to look at now because we're so used to things being so much better than they were back then. But
yeah.
But still. My favorite one growing up was probably The Swan Princess. I don't remember why. I just know I watched it a lot with my younger sister.
Princess was great. Another one for me was like it's Barbie and the Magic of the Pegasus. And that's because when you get introduced, the storyline is basically one. I also have the doll for that one when I was younger, but when you get introduced, the entire premise of the movie is a princess winds up finding out she had an older sister who got cursed and winds up going out of her way to help her and bring her back home.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Why don't I remember that one at all? Like, I'm now curious about it. I'm curious.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture so I can send it.
Yeah, go for it. Anyone who's curious, just look it up. But
yeah.
But you know that's kind of my take on stuff with Barbie stuff. It's just because that was not my thing at all.
Mm-hmm.
No. Again, and you're allowed to be, because again, like even like if I were to show you ones outside of like the older ones, if I was to show you one of the more newer ones, which would be Barbie Mariposa, which is again having to deal with fairies. Mm-hmm. The entire point of Mariposa is she's intelligent, and it's because of her intelligence she's able to get them out of the situation they're in.
Yeah.
There you go. I sent a photo.
Cool.
I didn't save it on my computer because I'm lazy.
I'll take a look at that once I can find it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. There's so many things open right now.
Horse.
Yeah.
Horse.
But yeah, no, it's
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And yeah, no, there is a guy in the story of this, but he doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Again. If I remember correctly, he winds up getting turned into stone or kidnapped or something stupid.
I feel like...
Again, most of the damsels in Barbie movies aren't Barbie. It's the guys.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It was always kind of fun as a kid seeing that happen. Because it was like every Disney movie that I watched, you know, it was the girl who was always in trouble.
Yeah, it was
kind of stuff.
Always the girl.
And then seeing those Barbie movies, it was different. And I was like, hey, something different. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point in my life, my mom was like, I don't want you watching any of these because they have magic. And so that's when I discovered YouTube and looking things up without my mom knowing so that I could watch stuff I liked.
Here's this, like, this one technically is a part of a series. This is, I think, the second or third movie in this series, but Barbie Mermaidia is literally one of Barbie's friends who happens to be the prince of the Mermaid Kingdom gets kidnapped, and she has to rescue him.
Eli, you okay, bud? You went kind of quiet.
Yeah, no,
Isn't that funny?
I'm kind of just observing, if that's okay. Like I said, I
You're
just
fine.
I've
I'm sorry.
gotten
I'm sorry that I'm
nothing.
going off on this, but it's just funny.
Oh, it is funny.
You don't gotta be sorry.
Hmm?
You don't gotta be sorry. Talk about the shit you like.
True. But one of the things that, like, what we were talking about earlier, like the whole anime crush thing, my brain was like, the reason I was freaking out about it and having to think about who was my first crush is because I was watching so young. I had to remind my brain of, please tell me that they're an adult now. Please tell me the character's an adult because I'm 21 now. I got lucky. The character that my first anime crush was ever on is 24, so I'm good. He's still older than me.
Nice. That works then.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
And I had said that to my best friend. I was like, Skits, I love you, but I swear to God, if this winds up being like I had a crush on the 12-year-old kid when I was like
2.
7, I'm gonna fight something.
That's, yeah.
Because if this character were a real life person, then I'd be like, you're 12.
Yeah.
Pat. Child.
Pat.
But then we both had the realization of, oh no, good, we're both okay. Whew.
Pet.
But you can also put that same scenario and question into anything, really. Like, your first crush on anything that you watched when you were a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly don't even know. It's memory not so great.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I was just thinking of, I was just like, yeah, they were talking about Barbie for a long time, and I got no idea what to talk about. And then my brain, because just immediately went, you know what? You know, you could talk about. You know a lot about guns, and immediately I shut that shit down.
Oh God. I feel it. I don't know anything about guns. I'm just here.
I'm a military brat. I'm forced to know things about guns.
Cool. I'm just here. I'm just that one weird kid who doesn't know much about anything. So,
Don't worry, we'll change that.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll correct you. We've already been doing it slowly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been fun.
You know, like, on the topic of guns, though, you want to know something funny, Eli?
Yeah.
The first anime crush I ever had was from a Gundam. The show that is meant for guys because it's giant robots fighting.
Beep boop.
Beep bop.
Beep boop.
Boop boop. Anyway, loved that. That's fun. Beep boop.
Why?
Just imagine whenever Monty goes to edit this, just
Boop.
beep boop, bop,
Beep boop.
beep beep, boop.
We talked a lot about robots today. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
that I don't know a lot
that's-
about robots in general, because one of my older brother's favorite movie franchises, just because he finds it funny, is Transformers.
Never seen that either.
It's just explosions. It's a Michael Bay movie. It's nothing but explosions.
Cool.
Am I wrong, Eli? Or are you zoning out again?
Nope, you ain't wrong.
Well, what else
Yeah,
shall
I'll
we
be
talk
honest.
about?
I'm pretty sure Barbie movies are the only things I watched growing up that were actually geared towards girls.
Yeah, I don't remember most of what I watched during my childhood. I don't remember most of that.
Everything was geared more towards guys, and that's because I had 2 older brothers, so I basically watched what they watched.
I pretty much watched what my sisters watched because I'm the middle child. So I had an older sister who is very girly and a younger sister who preferred the girly stuff at the time. So I kind of just
Yeah.
had no control over that. I kind of just watched whatever
I'm the
they
youngest
watched.
with 2 older brothers, so I tend to watch what they watched with my dad.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
What about you, Eli, since you're the oldest of your sibling relationship?
What about it? I
Well,
mean,
we were
we're
basically
cool.
we were kind of discussing dynamics, basically, because Corey's a middle child, I'm the youngest.
And you're the oldest.
We're cool now, but I used to be a little dickhead.
Yeah.
I mean, older siblings kind of are, from my experience.
Knowing my sister, yeah.
Your older sister is a bitch.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah,
And I
that sums it
remember,
up.
I've taken your older sister's place, because
Yeah.
we're the same age.
Yep. I keep forgetting that my older sister is 21 now. God, I hate that. I hate thinking about that.
Again,
Yeah.
I've taken their place, they're no longer your sibling.
Cool. So what else should we talk about then?
I don't know, Eli, is there anything you would like to bring up?
Nope.
I so need to get Korey into Star Wars. Even if they don't like Star Wars, they just still need to watch the original trilogy. Doesn't have to be the prequels, doesn't have to be the sequels. Just the original trilogy.
Cool. I
Do it.
mean, I'm up for whatever, really. I'm just...
Because, like, let's be honest, the prequels aren't that good, and I'm not even going to touch the sequels.
I wouldn't know, but yeah.
What happens when your mother's been a Star Wars nerd your entire life that she's gone to every premiere for every movie?
God, that's kind of crazy, actually, but... Oh, I know something I could talk about. I've been watching WandaVision now, so... Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shrug.
It kind of twists my mind around, so... It's very interesting, though. It's very interesting.
Mindfucks are fun.
Yeah.
I know a couple of shows that do that pretty well.
Yeah. I think it's just the Marvel franchise in general likes to fuck with my mind, but... And here's the thing. I didn't really start watching a lot of Marvel movies until, like, a few weeks ago. So, last week, I, finished watching, like, all the movies, basically, in the MCU. And then, a couple days ago, started watching WandaVision, so now I'm caught up. And I don't think I've really had time to pause and realize how much it's fucked with my mind. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep saying that. The more you'll convince yourself.
No. I don't even know.
Besides, you're a JoJo fan. You can't say anything about confusing storylines.
JoJo isn't that confusing.
Beg to differ.
Monty's shaking his head at me, so... If you watch it, it's not confusing. If you don't watch it, I can... He's mocking me. Oh, God. But if you watch it, you can understand it fairly easily. He's still mocking me. I don't have anything to throw at him
We're
that
going to
wouldn't
talk about
hurt
how
him.
Dio's entire premise is he's going to ruin the JoJo bloodline, and then he somehow becomes a vampire, so then he can continue to destroy the bloodline as every other character has a child, and that child then gets older and then has another child, and he's still around for some reason.
It's not that difficult. He used the mask and turned into a vampire. So the stone mask caused that, and then he's supposedly killed, but he's actually basically lying dormant for a long time, which allows him to come back later. It's not that complicated.
Eli, are you gonna ask the question or am I?
Nah, I'm all right.
How the stone mask turned someone into a vampire?
It was made by ancient people who figured out how to do it. They're not human. They're superhuman, and they created a superhuman mask that allowed them to turn someone into a vampire.
And I'm just gonna say tinfoil hat.
Whatever. Whatever.
Korey, I'm not just making fun of you.
Yeah,
I'm also
no, I
making
know.
fun of my best. I'm also making fun of my best friends because they've also tried to get me into JoJo. They've given up.
Though. Here's the thing. Monty swore he wouldn't get into JoJo, but in one of the seasons he got kind of sucked in for part of it. So, just because I was watching it and he happened to be around, so he got kind of sucked into it. It might happen to you too. You never know.
Korey, I've known you a year, and I've known my best friends for over 5, and they've tried and failed.
It hasn't even been a year, honestly.
Eh.
I met you in October, I think.
I don't fucking know anymore.
I'm pretty sure it was either September or October. I'm pretty sure it was October.
I don't remember anymore. But either way, my best friends have known me for 5 years.
Cool.
And they still haven't, so good luck.
I'm not saying that I will. I'm just saying it'll inevitably happen. It'll just you'll get sucked in for a couple episodes or something, and that counts.
I'll just go back into my Danganronpa phase.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah.
All right, boys, are we ready to wrap this up?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I'm glad that I watched all of that take place.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been all for the StarGazer podcast. Next week should be back to normal-ish.
Yeah.
But
Monty will probably be here next week, but seems like
if he's not, I'm gonna come over and fight him.
I'll make sure to let him know after the stream. So is that it, guys?
Yes, that's all from us.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.